In this video, we are going to show you how to set up the room for a study and show you a sample of how to explain the consent form to the participant prior to beginning the study. All of the equipment you need should be set up in the testing room, including 2 syringes, cotton swabs, the right reference electrode, tissues, and bobby pins to use if needed. The cap should be on the brain on the counter. The first thing you do when you set up to run a session is scrape the cap. To do this, take the blunt end of a cotton swab and scrape each electrode to remove any dried up gel that was missed during the last time the cap was washed. Then, turn on the computers and the monitor that shows the impedance in the testing room. You are now ready to bring the participant in.
Hi, are you Max?
Yeah, is this the memory and brainwave study for paper credit?
Yes, it is, and I'm Patrick, and this is Maya. If you just follow me and take a seat right here, please.
All right.
We're going to have you go over a couple things, and we're just going to be reviewing and studying your brainwaves as you go through a memory test, and here's a pencil for it. Alright, so if you could just fill out this bottom copy, and I'm going to go over it as you go through it as well. So if you're just going to initial on the line as I touch upon everything. So you are over 18, correct?
Yep.
You are right-handed?
Yes.
Do you have sensitive skin?
No.
And the only reason why we ask that is because we use the blunt tip of a cotton swab, the opposite side of a cotton swab, just to kind of work down the impedance on our electrode cap, which is right behind you as well.
Okay.
So we put the cotton swab in the electrode and we just work it down to kind of get the dry skin and stuff off your hair to create a better connection so we can read the brain waves better. So you are also, do you have any apprehension with syringes or anything?
No.
And the only reason why we ask that as well is because we use the blunt tip syringe to inject the gel into our cap. And our gel is a saline solution. It's very thick salt water. It's actually pretty good for your hair. It's not bad at all. You can see it right there.
Okay.
So if you just initial there, just to say that we have gone over that.
Yeah.
And then no neurological disorders, right? Including any psychotropic medications?
Nope.
So just some potential risks and discomforts with this lab. So we do use the opposite end of a cotton swab to kind of work down impedance. So there may be some like minor scabbing and minor redness. And we also do have some facial electrodes. So it could be a little bit visible, but nothing major. And there also may be some minor hair tangles, but nothing too major. And if anything hurts, please let us know because we will lighten up on working down the impedance, but it shouldn't be painful at all. So if you could just initial the bottom 3 for me. And then we will move on to the back side of the consent form. All right, so if on the back page, we're gonna go over some of the Piper credits. So that's what you're here for. You get 3 to 5 Piper credits for this whole thing because you're gonna be here for about 1.5 to 2.5 hours. And you can stop at any time and you will get Piper credit up to the time that you've been here for. Do you have any more questions?
Nope.
If not, if you could just initial on everything on the bottom, just make sure that I went over the electrode caps, syringes, cotton swabs, electrode gel, how it's prepared, and how we're recording your brain activity. And then if you could just print your name and date on the bottom. And then I'm gonna have you do the same on this. This will be your copy, the bottom one will be our copy. So if you could just initial on everything, every line again, and then sign the back and date as well.
Okay.
Oh, and when we said we were lowering impedance, that meant that we were just trying to clean away any oil or dirt that was on your hair that might affect the actual EEGs that we're going to get. We want to make the most out of your time here.
Okay.
Okay, then just one more thing. I'll take both from you and I will put your copy right behind you for you to take. If you could just go over this one, we'll have you fill out the top with just some information and then we'll have you do the right-handedness survey below.
Okay.
And then last but not least, we'll have you go over our little $25 prize that we give out for someone who has the quickest time and the best results. So if you could just give me your name and then either the building that you live on campus or your address, we will put you into that drawing.
Awesome.
And then if you have, I'll take that from you, but if you have your cell phone or any electronic devices on you, I would please have you take that off and we could leave that out here. Also, if you have to use the bathroom, please do that now before we go into the room. If not, we'll have you follow Maya back into the room.
Okay.
And I'll just have you sit in the barber chair in there. And we'll be sitting up there behind you.